Hello everyone. So in the last video we have learned about factors and multiples of chapter number 3 playing with numbers grade 6. But in this video we are going to learn something more from the factors, like how the factors are helping us to find something more or different kind of numbers. Like for example, from this in this video we are going to learn about the prime numbers and the composite numbers. So what I'm gonna do is today that I'm gonna write some numbers on the whiteboard and let us try to find out the factors of all these numbers. For example, if I'm saying I'm writing my numbers and their factors will be here. Factors. If I'm talking about number 1 is not having any other factor except that 1. If I'm talking about number 2 is having two factors, that is 1 and 2, because 2 ones are 1. So 2 and 1 are the factors of that. In the case of 3 also it is same, that is 1 and 3. In the case of 4 it will be number 1 will be the factor because 1 and the number itself are always the factors. I have told you in the last class also. So 1 will be the factor. It can be divisible by 2 also. So 2 is a factor, like 2 2s are 4 and 4 itself. What about the number 5? It will be 1 and 5. What about number 6? In the case of number 6, 1, 2 3s are 6. So 2 and 3 both are there. And 6. What about 7? 1 and 7 itself only. What about 8? 1, 2, 4, 8. What about 9? 1, 3, 9. Like that. So here you are seeing that some of the numbers, even though if I am going for 10, it will be 1, 2, 5, 10. Let me write for the 10 also. For the 10, it will be 1, 2, 5, 10. For the 11 also, it will be 1 and 11 only. For 12 also, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and then 12. So, what I'm trying to say is here, you can see some numbers. Leave this number 1. Leave this number 1 because number 1 can neither be counted in any of the terms, because 1 is always actually a unique number. 1 is actually a unique number. It is neither prime nor composite, but it is a unique number. So what I'm trying to say is that you can see here some numbers are having only two factors, which is that number and 1. Number 1 and that number are the only factors of that number in the case of 1, in the case of 2, in the case of 3, in the case of 5, in the case of 7, in the case of 11 also. If you are seeing, in the case of 11 also, there will be two factors only, that is 1 and 11 only. Right? So the numbers which are having only two factors, that is the number itself and the 1. Or I am saying that the numbers which are having only two factors, number 1 and this number itself, are called prime numbers. These numbers are actually called as prime numbers. These numbers are also always called as prime numbers. Now what are the prime numbers? Prime numbers are those numbers who are having the factor only two numbers, that is 1 and the number itself. So what are the examples if I am writing here for the prime number? Example 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, so on. 29. So like that, the what are the prime numbers? Again, can we see prime numbers are those numbers which are having only two factors, number 1 and the number itself. And the number itself means if it is 2, the 2, 3, 3, 5, 5, 7, 7, 11, 11. It should not have any other factors, or it should not have more than two factors. The factor should be 1 and the number itself. And the rest of the numbers which are having more than two factors, like 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. The numbers which are having more than two factors are called as composite numbers. Composite numbers. The numbers which are having two factors or more than two factors are called as composite numbers. Example: 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 18, more than that. So composite numbers are those numbers which are having more than two factors. Or in the shorter way, if I am saying you, prime numbers are those numbers which cannot be divisible by any other number. See, in the case of 11, is 11 coming in any other table? No. 7 is coming in any other table? No. But if I am looking at 9, 9 is actually divisible by 3. So it is not a prime number. That's why it is called as a composite number. So prime numbers are those numbers which cannot be divided by any other number. Which cannot be divided by any other number except that number itself and the 1. But composite numbers are those numbers which can be divisible by other numbers too. Okay. So now here one condition is there about this 2. This 2 is actually an even prime number. 2 is actually a even prime number. Means there is no other prime number in the entire number system which is even. Because if any number is even, it can be divisible by 2. But 2 is a number. 2 is the only even number which is a prime. 2 is the only even number which is a prime. And other rest of the prime numbers which we are having are actually odd. Other rest of that which we are having are actually odd. All these prime numbers are odd prime numbers except one, that is 2. So we can say that all prime numbers are odd numbers except number 2. So one question is usually they are also asking, can you say the smallest even prime number? The smallest even prime number is actually 2. Or the smallest prime number is actually 2, because 1 is always counted as a unique number, neither prime nor composite. Clear? In the composite numbers can be even as well as odd too. See, even, odd, even, odd. It can be even as well as it can be odds also. So this is the basic concept about the prime numbers and the composite numbers. What I'm gonna ask you next is that I'm writing some questions here, two questions here, that you have to find out the answer for me. And you can type in the comment box. The question number 1 is that, is it like a true or false? It's just like a true or false. True or false. Sum of two odd numbers is always even. And the second is sum of two even numbers is always even. Means if you are adding the two odd numbers, any two odd numbers, if you are adding any two odd numbers, whether the sum of that two numbers will be coming as a even, the result will be even or not. In the second case also, if you are adding two even numbers, whether the sum, the number you are getting as a result will be even or not. So this is a very small question. Just try to do it, and I hope you have understood the very small concept and the very easy concept of prime numbers and composite numbers. On the basis of this, try to do the worksheet number 3.2 by yourself, and if you have doubts you can ask me through in the comment boxes there for you. Okay, thank you so much dears. Let's meet in the next video, but don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. Have a nice day. Bye bye.